Hey there, CJ Math students. I'm going to help you out with homework 7.1. I'll be doing the odds. Number 1, it says use your geometry toolbox to find each blank with the correct, fill in each blank with the correct formula. So please make sure you have your notes from today. That's your geometry toolbox. It's got all the formulas you'll need for anything. So the area of a circle, if I look at my geometry toolbox, the notes from today, it's A is equal to pi r squared. Number 3, the area of a parallelogram. I look for parallelogram, I find it. It's base times height. And number 5, the area of a trapezoid. You can write down 3 different ways to write down the same formula, but I personally like the area is equal to 1/2 the height times base 1 plus base 2. All right. So for number 7, we have the shape is a circle. So to find the circumference is equal to pi d, or 2 pi r. In this case, it would make more sense to use 2 pi r because we have a radius rather than diameter, right? A diameter would go all the way across. Now, I could easily make this a diameter by just extending it and saying 7, okay, and the diameter is equal to 14. Right, so let's just do that. So c is equal to 3.14, or pi times 14. And in this case, I won't make you multiply 14 by 3.14. I'll just say, okay, to be accurate, your answer is 14 pi, right? You just flip-flop those two guys, commuter property multiplication. So for the area is equal to area is equal to pi r squared, my fault. So always write down the formula. So area is equal to pi, what is r? R was 7, the radius, so 7 squared. That's not 7 times 2, that's 7 times 7. So area is equal to pi times 49. And again, I won't make you multiply that. We can just leave that as 49 pi. Right? And then this one was inches, and this one, since its area, is inches squared. All right, number 9, we have a rectangle. So basically for a perimeter, P is equal to 2L plus 2W. Yes, you must write the formula. So P is equal to 2 times the length, which is 11, plus 2 times the width, which is 4. So P is equal to 22 plus 8, or 30 feet. And for area, it's just area is equal to base times height, or area is equal to 11 times 4. I know this is seemingly a little tedious because you're like, oh, I could have just done 11 times 4 in my head and I didn't need to write all that down, but believe you me, writing this stuff down is going to make it a lot more simpler when we get onto a little bit more difficult stuff. So number 11, the shape is a triangle. The perimeter is easy. It's just 4 plus 5 plus 3, which gives you 12 meters. And then the area is base times height divided by 2. So area in this case is equal to the base, bottom number, 3 times the height, standing up straight from a right angle, 4, not 5, because 5 is not diagonal, divided by 2. Or 12 divided by 2, which is 6. So 6 meters square. And number 13, what type of shape is this? Well, this is equal to this, and this is equal to this. It's a slanted rectangle, so basically it's called a parallelogram, where we have 2 sides on top and bottom parallel to each other. These lines, if you extended them, would never touch, right? So for this, we wanted to add just the outside number, so it would be helpful to fill this in. So perimeter is equal to, we could say again, 2L plus 2W in this case, or perimeter is equal to 2 times 10 plus 2 times 12. Perimeter is equal to 20 plus 24. And in this case, our perimeter is equal to 44 feet. And area is just equal to base times height. Very simple. So area is equal to base, the bottom number, or the thing that it lies flat on, 10, times the height, the dotted line, times 9. So not 109, but 90 feet. So if you haven't already, I'd pause. I do all these problems on the front. They are very similar with just different numbers. All right, on the back, we got a square. The perimeter for square is 4s, or perimeter is equal to 4, in this case, times 4. 4 times the side length, which is 16 centimeters. And then the area is equal to the side length squared, the side times itself. Area is equal to 4 squared, or 16. So 16 centimeters squared. Big difference there, right? You could also say the area of a square is just base times height, which would be 4 times 4, but again, give you the exact same thing. And in number 17, we have a trapezoid. So the perimeter, if you add up is just going to be equal to 3 plus 5 plus 6 plus 4. So 8 and 10, that's 18 feet. And the area, a little bit trickier, 1/2 the height times, sorry, I didn't need to put that in parentheses, 1/2 times the height times base 1 plus base 2. So area is equal to 1/2, what's the height? The standing up from a right angle, there's a right angle right there, standing up straight, 1/2 of 4 times base 1 and base 2. It doesn't matter if you say 3 plus 6 or 6 plus 3. Either way, you're going to get 9. So area is equal to 1/2 of 4 times 9, right? That's what the 6 plus 3 is. What's half of 4? That's 2 times 9, and that gives you 18 feet. Just remember it's squared. Okay, so some word problems. Number 19, the floor in our classroom is 50 by 75. What is the area of our floor? So basically, if you just drew a picture, you say, okay, 50 by 75. Oh, we're working with a rectangle. The formula is area is equal to base times height. Area is equal to 50 times 75. Now, some of you might be saying, well, in that case, Mr. Mason, you drew 50 as the base, and you drew 50 as the height and 75 as the base. Why did you flip it around? Again, when it comes to rectangles, it really doesn't matter which numbers you put where, because 50 times 75 is going to be the same thing as 70 times 50. So 3,750 square feet, or feet squared, sorry. That means I could fit 3,750 little squares into that. All right, and number 21 is kind of tricky, but what you want to do is first find the area of the shaded region. So A is equal to base times height. We're working with a rectangle, or in this case, A is equal to 9 times 8, which is 72. Now find the area of the non-shaded region, which is this white part right here. So again, it's a rectangle, so area is equal to base times height, or in this case, area is equal to 4 times 5, which is 20. And then basically, if I took the shaded region, I just take this whole thing, but then subtract out that white part. So just subtract those two, and you're going to get your answer of 52 inches squared. So to recap, you found the area of the large rectangle, the shaded one. You found the area of the small rectangle on the inside. And I wanted just the shaded, so it's like I was cutting that out. I was cutting that area out of this whole area. So subtracting out 20, you get 52 inches squared. All right, number 23, Miss Fox is building a fence for her garden. It cost her $75 for every 50 feet. Study the scale drawing and figure out how much it's going to cost. So first of all, 125 goes here and 100 goes here. So let's figure out what the perimeter is. The perimeter is 2 times 100 plus 2 times 125. That would give us 200 plus 250. And so our perimeter in this case gives us 450. So I was trying to figure out, all right, I know I'm building a fence. A fence is like perimeter. So let me figure out the full perimeter now. And now let's just, if I know it cost me $75 for every 50 feet, let's first of all figure out how many 50 feet are in 450. And that gives us 9. Right? And so if I say, okay, I'm going to have 9 chunks of 50 feet, just multiply that by 75. So 9 times 75, it gives me $675. Kind of a tricky one. So again, what I did is I found the perimeter, and then I said, okay, I know I have to, for every 50 feet, pay $75. So let me chunk this 450 perimeter into 50 units of 50. I got 9 out of that. And then I said, okay, I have 9 units, so just multiply that by 75 to get $675. Okay? That's it. Call me if you have questions.